Legend and Empire. Why is war near and peace far? To begin with, I would like to clarify that politics must be a primary concern, especially for young people, because it is directly tied to their future. Everyone interested in politics, whether in theory or practice, must read history. Those who do not know what happened before they were born are condemned to remain children forever. In the Arab-Israeli confrontations on the land of Palestine, from the beginning of resistance up to the year 1993, there were 261,000 martyrs, 186,000 wounded, 161,000 people disabled by the conflict. In addition, around 2 million Palestinians were forced out of their homeland and turned into refugees with their families. These numbers have grown to over 5 million today. From 1948 to 1993, the cost was also enormous for the smallest Arab country, Lebanon, where the repercussions of the Arab-Israeli conflict escalated into civil war. There, identity itself became a reason for killing. Lebanon came out of it with 90,000 martyrs, 115,000 wounded, 9,627 people disabled by the conflict, along with nearly 1 million citizens forced to emigrate. In comparison, Egypt, the largest Arab country, faced multiple confrontations from 1948 to 1973 and paid a heavy price. 39,000 martyrs, 73,000 wounded, 61,000 people disabled by the conflict. The 19th century, in my view, was the most dangerous of all that preceded it. The world was preoccupied with 4 major issues. First, the rise of nationalism, sparked by the French Revolution, which drove people everywhere to seek their identity, freedom, and social progress. Second, the race for colonies among the European powers, especially the Big Three, Britain, France, and Russia. They sent armies, fleets, financial companies, and missionary missions across the continents to raise their flags over interests they either wanted to claim for themselves or deny others.
3. The decline of the Ottoman Empire. The vast Ottoman Empire stretched from the shores of the Caspian Sea to the Atlantic Ocean. However, it had grown weak and debt-ridden. Europeans dubbed it the sick man of Europe. Its European, Asian, and African holdings were increasingly viewed as ripe for inheritance by healthier, more powerful nations. These powers infiltrated the empire's provinces, tribes, sects, and communities from behind its back. Yet, they avoided officially declaring the empire's demise, not until each had secured its share of the spoils. Thus, the Ottoman state was deliberately kept in a limbo. Not allowed to die, but also not allowed to live.
4th, the Jewish question. Concerning a heavenly religion whose followers were scattered across the globe. Unfortunately, Jews were often the target of hostility, especially in areas of high concentration in Eastern Europe and Russia. Most lived on the borderlands between Poland and Russia and were regularly subjected to bloody raids fueled by religious, social, and ideological tensions. These attacks became known by the term pogrom, a Russian word meaning the organized destruction of a group or class. The term became closely associated with Jewish history in Eastern Europe and was frequently cited in global newspapers throughout the 19th century due to repeated massacres of Jews in Russia and Poland. In the next episode, we continue the story, but from a different angle, through the mind of the star of that era, Napoleon Bonaparte. How did this ambitious leader pave the way for his strategic vision, and what was he really thinking as the world map was being redrawn?
But here's the real question no one has dared to ask. Who was really pulling the strings? And what was their true interest in everything that happened? Was it merely a clash of empires, or something far deeper than we've ever imagined?